Between work, training and just plain living, off-road triathletes Ben Forbes and Hannah Lee Young are busy. But they're about to get busier because the first leg of the 2025 XTERRA World Cup is fast approaching. Dunsborough, with its crystal clear water and rapid trails, kicks off a season of racing that will take them around the world to 8 different events, finally crowning this year's XTERRA champions.
My goal for 2025 is to race the whole XTERRA World Cup season. I believe it's 8 different stops, 11 races, including short track and long distance. And I'd like to try and be one of the first Australian women to finish the World Cup in the top 10.
Going the full 8-round World Cup is a huge commitment. I'm all in with the sport, so I really enjoy just the culture of XTERRA. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the top pros from the other nationalities, to see all the wildlife. So hopefully I'm in the mix with them and we can have fun on that track together.
It's ambitious and it's quite scary, and this is a really big task. However, I am very fortunate. For the year ahead, I'll be travelling with Ben Forbes, and yeah, I'm really lucky to have Ben. G'day! Woo! Welcome to Basso!
My travel buddy for this year is Hannah Lee Young, in which, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have done this whole series if she didn't convince me to, so she's definitely my go-to travel buddy.
For the 2 Australian athletes, the season opener is more than a chance to race on a home course, it's a chance to reconnect with the broader XTERRA family.
Let's go! I loved last year's race here at XTERRA Australia because it's definitely a mountain biker's course and that's my background. Had a really good race. It was the first time I won an XTERRA, so that felt pretty special.
Last year in 2024 at XTERRA Australia, it was a breakthrough performance for me, placing second in my first year racing as an elite athlete in XTERRA. So I love racing here and I have really good memories.
To call Dunsborough a home course to Ben and Hannah might be a stretch. There's still the getting there that needs to be done.
Least favourite part of travelling to a race is probably packing my bike bag because it's so stressful and I always have 1,000 questions when I pack it and then when I have to unpack it again.
When it comes to triathlon, there's a lot of gear involved that you need to remember. I've forgotten passports, didn't bring my shoes to national champs a few weeks ago. Yeah, I've definitely forgotten some stuff coming into races.
What are you doing? Making sure I packed all my stuff. Yeah, good job.
So yeah, there's a lot of travel, but it's worth it because every race has new culture shock and create new memories. So it's all worth it.
Dunsborough does feel like a home race for me. I know I've only raced here once before, but the landscape is really similar to where I grew up in outback New South Wales.
It feels very Australian with just the big vast landscapes and red dirt, but at the same time, the pea gravel is very foreign because I'm from the complete other side of Australia and we don't have pea gravel over there, so it feels very foreign to me as well.
This is pea gravel, literally marbles,
and also mixed with sand. Probably the 2 worst surface to deal with as a mountain biker, but it's probably the funnest XTERRA course I've ever ridden.
Woo! There can't be a better place to start the season than the crystal waters of Geograph Bay. But once the race hits Meelup Regional Park's rapid trails, there will be no doubt that the 2025 XTERRA World Cup Series is properly underway.
This is the first World Cup of 8, but 100% I can guarantee this is going to be the best bike course of the World Cup.
It's in Australia then, why wouldn't it be the best course?
Yeah, literally every part of this course is a standout. So like super clear water in the ocean, awesome mountain bike course, single track the whole way with heaps of jumps, and then the running is along the beach across rocks. So it's, yeah, there's a lot to love with this course.
Yeah, water is great. It's crystal clear. It's like being in an aquarium.
First up would be the short track race. The first chance for athletes to put on a show, in the water and on the trails.
This is the start, ladies and gentlemen, the first short track of the year.
I'd say lining up on the start line with all my mates that I've just been laughing with. The mood may just, come down a little bit, but only right before the gun's gonna go off, because we're still all, cracking jokes on the start line. But yeah, I guess once the gun goes off, it's all pretty serious.
Whoa, 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 getting rich, so I had a blow. Whoa, 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 security by the mother of the floor.
Unsurprisingly, Michele Bonacina, the man known as El Squalo, the shark, took the best swim split, leading Federico Spinazzi by 7 seconds with a big chase pack half a minute further back. Bonacina and Spinazzi set a fast pace for the first bike lap until the shark found hitting the trail was harder than carving through the water. And a fall at a corner that troubled a few athletes cost him also a few places. Well, Ben had no such problems on the bike. After exiting the swim in a strong 6th place, he took the fastest bike split of the day from Uber biker Jens Emil Sloth Nielsen to leave T2 in a promising 4th place. But on the run, Sloth Nielsen unleashed an upgraded run pace for this season in order to pass Spinazzi. Ben saw the promise of the bike undone by a pretty brutal stitch that had him in pain for the whole run, along with a penalty to boot.
On the last lap of the run, this lady popped out of the bush saying, "Penalty, penalty." And I'm like, what's that to me? Is that me? And then when I got to the actual penalty area, I actually had a look and the guy was waving me in, and it's because I had a towel on the ground, which apparently that's not allowed for 2025. And now it's like literally nothing can be on the floor, so live and learn.
Please welcome the winner. Here's XTERRA Dunsborough short track.
Well, the race ended with Jens Emil Sloth Nielsen taking the win.
Emil Sloth Nielsen!
Kieran McPherson charged hard into 2nd, while Federico Spinazzi held on for 3rd.
Yeah, it was great. It was a new venue. It's a new short track. It's always spicy, and this was hot and it was fast. So it was great racing, and I'm happy to take the win.
For Ben, it was a case of hard lessons, dropping from 4th to finish 8th, but plenty of promise in that brilliant bike split.
So this first race I actually learnt a lot from, because I got a side stitch or a diaphragm spasm. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start stretching and opening up certain areas to avoid that happening, because that really ruined my race.
In the women's race, Hannah could be sure that 3-time and reigning XTERRA world champions Solène Billouin and Alice Patier would be resuming their rivalry near the front of the race.
I think especially coming into the 2025 World Cup season, that alone is really exciting because it's just the unknown. It's going to be overwhelming, but it's definitely the best part. I think it's why we do it.
In the women's short track race, Czech XTERRA specialist Aneta Grabmüller led out of the water, followed by the often unstoppable Solène Billouin. But Billouin's biggest rival, Alice Patier, had other ideas, dropping the fastest bike split of the day and opening up a commanding lead. Hannah's race followed a similar theme, exiting the water back in 8th, but more than holding her own on the bike and getting into a real battle with Kiwi Lizzie Orchard. Still holding strong at the front of the race, Patier was in total control.
Alice Patier winning down under XTERRA!
For Patier, winning the first race of the year would prove to be a sweet victory over Billouin, who settled for 2nd place. with Aussie Maeve Kennedy completing the podium. Hannah eventually shook off Lizzie Orchard to finish 6th, which was a personal best of the short track distance for her.
Short track today was hot and spicy. It's a good way to see where everyone's at the start of the season, and yeah, I look forward to racing Saturday to see if everyone still has the legs for the long distance race.
Once the dust had settled on the short track race, it was time to go long. In the first full distance race of the season, everyone starts off equal. It's only when the racing starts that it becomes clear who's had a good pre-season and who might be playing catch-up. In the men's race, the swim saw very much the same story as the short course, with Michele Bonacina out front, followed once again by Federico Spinazzi, but this time the chase pack was a full 2 minutes behind. Again, Ben bossed the bike, posting the fastest bike split of the day and solidifying his place as the biker to beat this year. Sloth Nielsen had a typically good ride, getting up to 2nd behind Bonacina. And once again, Sloth Nielsen displayed his newfound run speed for 2025, clocking the fastest split and hitting the lead about 5k from the finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome winner, men's ambulance, Sloth Nielsen!
The Dane setting the stage in the first stop of the World Cup series, going 2 for 2 in Australia.
Yeah, to win the short track and then double it up with the full distance is a great confidence booster. It's different to have a winner mentality and being in physical shape, but I'm happy that both is great this year.
Michele Bonacina held strong to take 2nd with an impressive performance from start to finish. Ben looked on for a podium finish, but was undone by an incredible run from Arthur Furisier, who took 3rd behind Bonacina. Still, Ben's 4th place finish was enough to crown him the new APAC champion in what was by far a career best performance. Considering it's only the Aussie athlete's 5th full distance race ever, he certainly looks set to be the breakout athlete of the year for the men at this stage.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I could tell I was racing well, but I tried to hold back the stoke to just really focus on my race. So, yeah, I'm happy to just take the win for the Asia Pac champs, that's for sure.
The start line for the women's race now had a different feel, with power swimmer Annette Grabmuller sidelined due to illness. For Maeve Kennedy, it was her chance to lead out of the water. But behind her, Celine Bilwan, Alice Patier and Marta Mendito would be a force to be reckoned with on the bike. Hannah finished the swim in 8th, knowing that the longer format would give her more chances to make up places on the bike and run. Navigating the bike trails with command, Patier quickly took the lead and never looked back, leaving Bilwan and Mendito in their own battle on the bike. Patier carried her momentum onto the run, displaying the same blistering pace she had in the short track. Patier's great rival, Bilwan, appeared to be nursing an ankle injury that could not threaten the lead, eventually being passed on the run by Marta Mendito. Taking her second win in a row, Alice Patier solidified her position on the top spot to kick off the World Cup season.
I feel so good because it's a good way to start the season. Here it's very hot, so I didn't know if I will be in shape because I suffered a lot doing the short track. But at the end, I felt prepared, so I'm happy to come back home with the 2 medals.
Marta Mendito put in a stellar effort to take second place, with Solène Bilwan rounding out the top 3. But it was a great day for Hannah, who biked and ran her way to a fantastic 5th place, having begun the season hoping just to crack the top 10, of course. Heading into stop 2, 5th overall, will put a big smile on the Aussie's face.
Yeah, I've dreamt of this for such a long time. To get a top 5 finish in a World Cup, especially on home soil, I just think it's a really great way to kick off the World Cup season, and yeah, couldn't be happier.
Immediately after the race, emotions run high, but it's quickly time to put rivalries to the side and celebrate, congratulate and commiserate. With the dust settling and the racing done, there were 2 obvious winners. Jens Emil Sloth-Nielsen's new run speed took him to the first in both short track and long distance races. And in the women's, Alice Patier, returning to stunning form, delivered the same. For Ben and Hannah, the weekend could also be counted as a victory. Ben's 4th and Hannah's 5th places, both worth considering as career best performances. And crucially, these finishes have them in 6th and 5th in the overall standings.
Even though it's World Cup round 1, having a result like this just makes me more motivated and gives me a lot of confidence in the training that I'm doing. But at the same time, I've learnt so much. This is why this sport is so fun.
So much fun. I don't think I've ever had so much fun. It really embodied that family spirit that XTERRA is all about, but I genuinely feel like I won the race. Yeah, it's just it's a great way to kick off the World Cup season. It's so good.
Let's go.